All right, let's talk about your Thrift Savings Plan. You've spent years, maybe even decades, faithfully saving into it. And now you're standing at a crossroads, facing one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. What do you do with that money now that you're retired? We're going to dive into your options and what they really mean for your future.
You really have spent an entire career building this incredible nest egg. But what happens when those paychecks stop coming in? Deciding whether to leave your money right there in the TSP or to explore other paths, well, it's a huge deal. So today, we're going to walk through the key things you absolutely need to consider.
Okay, so first things first, let's look at the case for staying put. Why not just leave your money where it is? The TSP has some really powerful advantages, and it's so important to understand why it's such an attractive option for so many federal retirees. Let's talk numbers, because this one is a huge deal. The TSP is famous for its incredibly low costs. We're talking about an expense ratio of around 0.06%. To put that into perspective for you, for every $10,000 you have invested, you're only paying about $6 a year in fees. $6. That means so much more of your money stays in your account, working for you.
And it's not just about the low fees. The TSP is really built on simplicity, which is a big plus. You've got a core set of investment options, from the government-backed G fund that gives you that security, all the way to different stock and bond funds so you can diversify. Plus, they've made some recent updates that make withdrawals a lot more flexible, which gives you more control. You even have the option to turn some of your balance into a life annuity for a guaranteed income stream.
So when you put it all together, the TSP is a really powerful, super low-cost tool. And honestly, for a lot of people, that's all they need. But, and there's always a but, right? Simplicity can sometimes come with its own set of limitations.
So while the TSP has some serious strengths, no doubt about it, it's not always the perfect tool for every single retiree's unique goals. Let's explore some of the potential downsides, the things you should probably be aware of.
And this brings us to a really critical question. The TSP's simplicity is one of its biggest strengths for sure. But can it really adapt to your specific needs for income, for growth, for your legacy? Your retirement is totally unique to you, and your financial plan should be too. This chart really helps to highlight the key trade-offs. You see, with the TSP, you get that great simplicity with its core funds. But with a well-structured IRA, you can open up a whole universe of investment choices. When it comes to income, an IRA might also give you access to more advanced strategies and even more sophisticated options for passing that wealth on to your spouse and your heirs.
So what's one of those advanced strategies? Well, there's a feature called a Guaranteed Lifetime Withdrawal Benefit, or GLWB for short. The best way to think of it is like creating your own personal pension. It's an option you can get within some annuities held in an IRA, and it's designed to give you a predictable stream of income that you literally cannot outlive. That is just not a feature the TSP offers.
So, with all these pros and cons, how in the world do you decide? Well, the truth is, it's not about finding one single right answer that works for everybody. It's about figuring out which path, or maybe even a combination of paths, is the best fit for your personal vision for retirement. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't about TSP versus IRA like it's some kind of heavyweight fight. The right choice is the one that best serves your goals for the income you need, the flexibility you want, and the legacy you want to leave behind. It's 100% personal.
Okay, so how do you actually figure this out without getting overwhelmed? You need a process, a clear path to follow that can bring you the clarity and confidence you deserve in retirement.
It's actually pretty straightforward. We can boil it down to just 3 simple steps. First, you've got to review your own goals. Second, compare your options side by side, objectively. And finally, you implement the strategy that's the best fit for you. Step 1 is all about you. We've got to start by getting a really complete picture of your financial situation. What do you want your retirement to actually look and feel like? The whole goal here is to get total clarity on the income you'll need to live the life you've been dreaming about. All right, once you know what you're aiming for, it's time to lay all your cards on the table. You want to create a real side-by-side comparison of keeping your TSP versus some potential IRA options. And you've got to look closely at all the details. The fees, the investment flexibility, the withdrawal rules, any income guarantees. This is how you clearly see which path offers what you value most. And the final step? Putting your plan into action. Once you've made that informed choice, the key is making sure it's all set up correctly. Whether you decide to stay with the TSP or move your funds, proper execution is what gives you that true peace of mind that your money is working as hard as possible for you and your family. So if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this.
A secure retirement isn't about finding some magic product. It's about building a personalized strategy, whether that's inside the TSP, outside of it, or a mix of both, that truly, genuinely fits your life.
You know, the decisions you make about your TSP right now, at retirement, are going to shape the entire next chapter of your life. We really hope this overview has given you a clearer way to think through your options. Taking the time right now to weigh the pros and cons, that's the first step toward a confident and secure financial future. Thanks for watching.